Thank you, moderator, for the introduction. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, all participants of this conference. It is my pleasure to be here to share knowledge, to share experiences regarding the development of organic farming. Thank you very much for the organizer for inviting me. Let me share my presentation. Okay, my presentation title is The Role and the Prospect of Organic Biofertilizer on Supporting Organic Farming. So my name is Sardia Antonius from the Research Center for Biology, National Research and Innovation Agency, Cibinong, Indonesia. So my presentation will cover as shown in this slide. Okay, let me talk first about the how plant can grow naturally. From this left side picture, we can see the plant first harvest the sunshine and then converted via photosynthesis, very complex pathway actually, and then to form biomass. And this biomass is very important as substrate for bacteria, for fungi, and this bacteria and fungi is also will be consumed by the next tropic, so the tropic. So nematode, protozoa, arthropod, and this also will be consumed the next tropic, and finally in the higher animal. So my point here is that the plant actually can grow naturally, is not depend on one or two organisms, but is depend on many type of organism, from the low organism until the higher organism. And if we want to develop organic farming, that means we have to consider to all this and then to make the soil life. And this soil food web or soil life is promoted by Dr. Elaine Ingham. Okay. Well, let's see more detail here. So there are function, there are organism. What is the function? The function is to digest soil organic matter and then to produce nutrient. So we call nutrient cycling. And who involved in this function is decomposer. There are bacteria, fungi, but also mite, earthworm, dung beetle. So there's many type of organism there. And next is the provide nutrient to the crop. So there are many specific microorganisms, for example, for microorganism that can nitrogen fixing, also can phosphate cellulation, etc. And the third one is what is important bacteria or microorganism is to keep the soil healthy, not only biologically, but also physically, to make aggregate, to make the soil porous, to make the soil not compact. And also the microorganism is very important role in protecting the water quality. Okay, so we can see here that the microorganism play a very central role in the keep the soil alive, to keep the soil healthy. Well, if you want to develop organic farming, but it's not easy because most of the land already in conventional farming. So let's look back maybe 20 or 10 or 30 years ago. At that time was green revolution happened. So at that time there were magic seed, magic pesticide. So everything will work very well. and even the farmer can harvest more, even can food surplus. But it was at that time, and that time the soil organic is still high, the soil fertility is still very good, and the farmer forget to keep the soil fertile by using organic matter. So what now we are facing is the loss of sea organic soil, and also pollution because of pesticide, agrochemical, and also pest resistant. That is very big problem if you want to develop organic farming. So we can see in the lower part, right side, there is a figure that the soil enzymatic activity of organic farming is much higher than conventional farming. This explains that the biodiversity and that the number of microorganisms of living organisms is much better in the organic farming. So this is what the situation we have to establish. Okay. So again, what's the effect of pesticide? So maybe everyone also knows that worm is as a biotractor. Yeah, they can make soil more porous. The soil is not compact anymore, but this worm dying because of pesticide, and also beneficial organism maybe even become extinct. And on the other side, this pesticide create pest resistance. So it's very hard for controlling the pests. Okay, so we have to realize that our soil is sick. In order to develop organic farming or improve soil properties and maintain the productivity in agricultural land, the integrated approach to determine the most favorable plant microorganism interaction is necessary. Again, the plant microorganism interaction is the key success in the development of biofertilizer. Well, there is problem, there is solution. So again, as I said, I explained before that there are plant growth promoting bacteria who live in a rhizosphere can fix nitrogen, and also PGPR that can induce systemic tolerance or induce systemic resistance. Also can produce metabolite, secondary metabolite for controlling pathogenic fungi or multipathogenic another pathogenic for plant. And also PGR can solubilize the P and also growth factor. So we have to use this good activity to recover the problem with the soil properties. Okay, and then in our institute develop, we call Bionic. What is Bionic? Bionic is applied bioenergy beyond bioorganic, the spirit of innovation for conservation, and also the target of environmental conservation. And the last is this technology is pro-poor, pro-farmer, pro-job, pro-growth, and pro-green technology. Well, let's move to biofertilizer. What is actually biofertilizer? Biofertilizer is microbial-inoculant, can be generally defined as a preparation containing live or latent microorganism, and consisting of nitrogen fixing bacteria, phosphates releasing bacteria, fungi, or algae. Also, any other beneficial activity derived from these processes. And this can be applied to soil or to seed to accelerate the microbial process in soil. And of course, this is to help the plant to absorb the nutrient easily. Okay. What we have done first, we did exploration. So we travel from east to waste from most of big island in Indonesia province. We collected the soil sample, then we isolate the bacteria. So 1,000 sample we already collected and then isolated and selected. And basically we take the soil sample and the bacteria sampling is from the rhizosphere. And what's the method? So we also did several series of experiments from the isolation, POH, identification, and if this bacteria is not safe, I mean maybe pathogenic from the human or maybe animal, then we have to destroy. But if this bacteria is good one, is not pathogen, then we can continue the experiment in a greenhouse and then in the field, the farm pot. Okay. And we luckily have succeed to make a formula 10 isolate microbe, namely Pseudomonas, Bacillus, etc. And the most important thing is that this bacteria with which show the multi-biotic catalyst activity. That's important. So that's not only for fixing, but also for solubilizing, and also solubilizing, and plant growth factor producer, organic acid, and biopesticide. And also the important character must be high adaptability and compatibility. Well, then we have also luckily have a good equipment to produce this inoculant, and this is one of our important innovation that we have succeeded to develop the preservation of inoculant we call non-arsenic freeze drying preservation. So this is not single, it's not arsenic, but non-arsenic. So 10 microbe we preserve in the same media, in the same carrier together. Usually people preserve bacteria single isolate, but in this case 10 isolate together. Okay. And yes, we succeed to increase agricultural and potential production, increase yield, quality production, increase the market, and also important is for environmental rehabilitation. Well, I will give you more detail what's our technology. So first we have 10 isolate. We make one formula of inoculant, and we also succeed to develop formula for media, S media for growing this 10 isolate. So 10 isolate, and then we fermented in this media. So you can see here, there is egg, sprout, brown sugar, and also molasses, and this all boil, make together, and then inoculate with this starter microorganism, and we fermented about 3 weeks, and then we can harvest a very high quality of biofertilizer. And you can see here in the lower part of the picture, it's a very good one, the effect on the plant. So basically we can increase production 25%. We can increase the resistance of the plant to the pests, and also reduce the use of inorganic fertilizer, but also it's good for organic farming. As you can see here, these all are organic growing plant. So very good one, soybean, edamame, is shallot, also chili, and we are happy together harvesting cauliflower. And we already transfer this kind of technology to the user. We bring this technology to the farmer, to the stakeholder, and also industry. So we also we have already traveled more than 100 districts from west to east of Indonesia, and we train more than 100,000 farmers, and everything was going very well. And also, you can see here, we in collaboration with Kahati, Mrs. Pucci. So we train the people from Sangi, so it's Sulawesi, close to Filipina, in the Philippines. We train the people there to produce a biofertilizer. So you can imagine that the price in the market, this kind of fertilizer actually more than 100,000 rupee, but if they produce by themselves, the cost may be only 15,000. So it's almost, 10 times higher if they buy in the free market. Okay, and we also, together with Kahati, train the people in Manggarai, so East Manggarai, East Nusa Tenggara, and then we apply this kind of fertilizer together in the organic farming, local farmer. So farmer is happy, they can smile, and yeah, we are lucky. We can bring the research from the test tube to the field, from the lab to the field and to the industry. Well, this is my last slide. So we also develop customized fertilizer, cereal, vegetable extra, and we, we also, again, we develop very advanced technology, non-organic freeze drying preservation. We also succeed to convert it urine waste to fertilizer, and again to bring this technology to market, local farmer, stakeholder. Well, this is all my team. So we are from Laboratory of Agriculture and Microbiology, this Center for Biology, National Research and Innovation Agency. So this is my email and also phone number. I hope from this presentation on this occasion, we can make contact and welcome for the question and comment. Thank you very much.